Good afternoon, YouTube. Testing out a new camera. I was going to wait a few weeks to buy a new camera, particularly the Wolfgang GA 420, but it came up for sale, Labor Day sale, so I figured since it was $20 cheaper that I'd go ahead and purchase it. The reason I purchased this camera is because it supposedly has better wind noise reduction. It supposedly has better stabilization. And it is waterproof without a case up to 10 meters, which is about 30 feet. So with that being said, it should be rainproof. If you watch my channel, you see I do a lot of bike riding. I get out here on the bike trails, and sometimes I don't even pay attention to the weather and get caught out in the rain, or sometimes they don't even call for rain and it rains anyway. So this way I can keep recording without having to put a big bulky case on my camera. Nice ride. Check out that steering wheel that matches the wheels. That's pretty awesome. I still can't believe I thought that Lincoln was a GTO. I just thought it was a GTO with a custom grille. And nobody called me out on it. Well, this thing's brand new. Look at that. Still got sticker tires. Right here, this is one of my favorite cars. Specifically the 1989 model. Because what a lot of people don't know, the 1989 IROC Z Camaro was the fastest American production car of that year. The 89 IROC was faster than the Corvette. So yeah, anyway, I'm just taking a quick cruise just to test out this camera. It has a built-in tripod socket, but the tripod socket is not centered. So mounting it to the baseball cap like I've been doing is a little bit wonky. It makes it off-centered. You know, the lens is centered, but the device itself is off-centered, which I don't care. Like I said, it supposedly has wind noise reduction, but you know, when you're pedaling on a bicycle, if you're pedaling 10 miles on a bicycle, that's 10 miles worth of wind blowing into the camera, so put a piece of tape over it, because tape doesn't have the properties to mute the audio. It doesn't have installation properties, so now it does come with an external microphone, but I think that'd be a little bit annoying for me to have the camera mounted to my hat here, my baseball hat, and a cord running off of it and attached to my shirt. So I like to use the internal microphone. I'm recording this in 1080p. This camera does record records at 4K at 120 frames, but I do believe if you set it at 120 frames, you cannot use the stabilization. However, you can record in 4K at 60 frames with the EIS on. And I'm purposely going down these brick streets here because I want to see just how much better the stabilization is in comparison to the other camera. If you watch my channel, the last 7, 8, 9 videos I've posted are from the Wolfgang GA100, and that was a $50 action camera. And the colors are great on that camera. However, the quality is not quite GoPro quality. You know, the imagery isn't quite as crisp. But in my opinion, in price comparison, it's pretty damn good. But if you are looking for like a cheap budget action camera, especially if you're just looking for something to record some family vacation, the GA100 is a perfect buy. It only costs $50. It is not waterproof. It has a waterproof case that makes it waterproof. Later on I'll do a battery test. I like to set the device to record and just let it record until the battery drops, just to see. I think it advertises like an hour and a half at 4K. The street here is pretty rough. unless you're doing a side-by-side comparison with the GoPro, you're not going to know a difference unless you're just that familiar with GoPro. This building straight ahead has been host to many of local radio stations. I think WTUE was in this building. This is where Wiley's Comedy Club used to be, and later iHeartRadio. And from what I understand, Dave Chappelle purchased this building here a couple years ago. So Dave Chappelle owns this building, but I don't know what his plans are. I mean, it has a comedy club, or it used to have a comedy club in it, so, you know, and it's got studios. But anyway, it'd be interesting to see what he does with that in the future. See, I'm pedaling into the wind now, so we'll see how much wind noise we actually hear. These apartments straight ahead are new. I don't know if they've got fancy yet, but these apartments here are all new. There's, if you watch my previous videos, there's all kinds of new apartments that are built, that were recently built along the river, and that's all good. You know, it gets people to move to Dayton, or at least into the city. But the problem I have with that is common folk like me, we can't afford to live in some place like that, especially the apartments over by the river. They want like $2,000 a month, and I imagine these aren't any cheaper. So, you know, where they're building housing, but ain't none of that got to do with the common folk. We can't live there. So they're building housing, but they're not building housing for the poor, for, you know, affordable housing, which is really what we need. Street. Thing I don't like about this new camera is the buttons are hard to push. But they are solid and they don't rattle whatsoever. hours. I have thousands of views. Last month I had thousands of views, but I literally haven't gained a subscriber in a month. I've posted like 10 videos since the last subscriber I've had. That's insane. I had about 70 watch hours last month. I wanted to bring you guys here because this is something kind of interesting. As you see the brick, this is a old decommissioned street. As you see, the street here used to be lined with these benches. I don't know when they decommissioned this street or whatever, stopped using it, but it's been this way as long as I can remember. But it's pretty neat. Thing's so hard to squeeze the buttons. I can't even get the thing to push. Anyway, this is just a test video. I may leave it up, I may not even post it at all. But anyway, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more videos. If you want to keep posted when I do post new videos, don't forget to turn on notifications, and have yourself a blessed day.